pretzel, I can tear you in two. I like to taunt you and scare you and make you feel lame. Cause in this business, that's the name of the game. I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of three. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. The ropes won't save you when I start my attack. If you try to escape, I'll just pull you back. I'll spin you like a top, and when you've had enough, I'll turn up the heat and really start to get rough. Cause I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of three. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. 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 Good evening and welcome to Wrestle Birmingham. I'm your host, Larry Lloyd. Well, if you missed Fright Fight at the Zamora Shrine Temple, you missed a great show. But we're going to show you some of the highlights from that tonight. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show as we get started with an interview with Brickhouse Brown.
Hello, everybody. We're here with Brickhouse Brown. Brickhouse, I know you just signed. That's right, the fans love you. And they'll be happy to know that you just signed a contract with Wrestle Birmingham, and you're here tonight to observe some action. Is that right?
Yes, sir, because it's good to be back here in B-Hell, and I'm going to tell you something. It's hot, it's going to be cackalaacking, and I'm going to tell you something else. I'm going to be on somebody, now that I signed this contract, like white on rice, and everything that ain't nice. Like a collar on a dog, like ham on a fat country hog. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be checking out the competition here, taking names, and writing down my notes, because I'm going to tell you something. You're going to see some big and good things happening with Brickhouse Brown, baby.
Well, all right. We're looking forward to that. Let's go.
Look out now, because here comes a match between Elix Skipper and Tracy Smothers.
Ladies and gentlemen, your first match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Pittsburgh, weighing 245 pounds, prime time, Elix Skipper. And his opponent, from Springfield, Tennessee, weighing 245 pounds, the wild-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers. It's going to be a great action. The National Wrestling Alliance. There's going to be some spectacular action. Tracy Smothers to take on prime time Skipper.
For the bell. Mike Posey is our referee. Man, you've got the veteran in Smothers, and you've got Skipper, who is really climbing the ladder fast. We've seen him in Power Pro Wrestling. We've seen him on TNA, and now we've got him right here with Wrestle Birmingham. This is quite an athlete.
Yeah, Elix Skipper, there's no doubt he has held championships throughout the country. So Elix Skipper is here. He wants a championship. There's no doubt. This man is not coming in to Birmingham, Alabama, and Wrestle Birmingham not to get a championship. So, and I think Tracy Smothers has met this man on several occasions.
Hesitant to lock up with Tracy Smothers. You know, on the flip side of things, Tracy Smothers, when he was with Smoky Mountain Wrestling, when he was with Gulf South, when he was with the NWA and wrestling out of the Nashville and Memphis area, this man has been a tag team champion, he's been a world champion, he's been a Southern champion, and he hasn't lost a step.
As you see, he is a wrestler. He was taught by some of the greats. Tojo Yamamoto, I think, even had something to do with this man.
He did mentor him, and in fact, I had the pleasure of calling his first match ever in Lebanon, Tennessee, where he teamed with Tojo Yamamoto. Made a major mistake in that match, and Tojo corrected him right there in the ring, and he went on to bigger and better things. Well, they're still, and this is a typical of two men that are trying to figure out the styles of each other, and two varying styles in that Elix Skipper will go high-flying, will go to the top rope, will take some risk and some maneuvers that Tracy Smothers perhaps won't.
Well, that's, you know, Tracy Smothers, he's filling the man out. You know, Elix Skipper is filling the man out. At any given time, someone can win a match. So that is what they're looking at.
A little orthodox, unorthodox there. A little snapmare. Tracy perhaps off guard, and then all of a sudden Skipper just put that kick to the back of the neck is almost like a little insult to him.
Well, you know, I think that's what Elix Skipper's trying to do. It seems like at this point he is trying to make Tracy Smothers mad. But Tracy Smothers has been in that ring for many years. That is going to be a hard thing to do, is take him out of his game, because Tracy Smothers has been there with the best.
Elix Skipper, a little trip up that time by Smothers. Quickly on the counter and quickly back to his feet. Both men returning to their feet.
Elix Skipper doing his exercise.
Way down. Now he's just showing off a little bit. Now that's the one thing about him. He's quite an athlete. He is quite talented, but he's got the side of him that's sort of the showboat, show-off side, and that doesn't exactly sit well with the fans, and especially with the fans here in one of the greatest wrestling cities in the world in Birmingham, Alabama.
Well, whenever the National Wrestling Alliance is bringing wrestling, you know it's going to be the best. Just for example, on Friday, June 10th, we're going to have a great event in Birmingham, Alabama at the Zamora Shrine Temple. Hooks up.
He snaps him over with that arm drag takedown. And this match is taking along a pattern. You don't see a lot of continuous wild action in the ring because, like we said, both of these men very cautious of each other's style because you've got differing styles in the ring.
It's really like they are trying to fill each other out. Not one of them are wanting to make a mistake, because one mistake can make you lose a wrestling match. And I believe both these men are really watching it and making sure they don't make a mistake.
Locked up collar and elbow right now. And Tracy Smothers bars the arm. Again, Elix Skipper on the reverse. Skipper. And a nice reversal that time by Tracy Smothers. Smothers brings him down to the mat. And again, Tracy Smothers, more of the classical style, as you said, trained by the great Tojo Yamamoto and some of the other great stars out of the Mid-South, has wrestled extensively throughout the world. Takes a lot of styles and combines them into his own, whereas Elix Skipper just starting to roll. And now there you see Tracy Smothers turn, and Elix Skipper quickly and alertly attacked him and is now going to town.
Well, you know, that's what I was going to say. I think, whoa, look at a big chop by Tracy Smothers on Elix Skipper.
And again, Smothers now goes for the cover, and he got a 2 count, and that's it. And Skipper out of it. And Skipper may have got he may be bleeding a little bit in the mouth. He caught that knee, I believe, in the mouth. Smothers barring the arm again, working over the wrist. Smothers very tactical, very wear down your man, get the advantage, and then take the match. Whereas Skipper seems to be going for the home run every time he takes the swing.
Well, there you see, he's backing Tracy Smothers into the ropes. The referee calls for the break.
That forearm side of the face. Smothers a little taken back by. Now a reversal sends Skipper into the buckle, and Tracy Smothers found no one home. And there is a super kick under the chin. Smothers wrapped up 1-2, and he kicked out at the 2 count.
Well, Tracy Smothers, I thought that was going to be the end of Tracy Smothers.
Now Skipper, look at this move. Again, high-risk maneuver over the top rope, catches him coming down. Tracy Smothers wrapped across that middle strand of rope. And Elix Skipper now has the advantage, and the veteran Tracy Smothers is reeling. Skipper going to the top. Skipper, high flyer, coming off. Caught him with a drop kick to the chest. Tracy is down. Skipper to the count. 2, and almost. I thought he had him, Brett.
Only a 2 count on Tracy Smothers. Look at primetime Skipper. He's talking to the wrestling fans.
Now this could be a mistake in that he's got Smothers reeling. Why not go in for the finish? Go in for the kill. Get it over with. He's giving Tracy Smothers time to recover.
This is a mistake, but we have seen both men. It's like both men are very cautious. They both went, wait a minute, roll up. 1, 2, 3.
He got, two. Referee says he only got 2. As he caught him in the small package. Skipper now with that drop kick. 1, 2 count again. Several near pins in the late going to this match. Wait a minute. Robert Fuller, the Colonel. Robert Fuller has come to ringside. Who's he rooting for? Now remember, Robert's a Southern boy. Tracy Smothers is a Southern boy. Could that be a connection?
I don't know really who he is. Is he Michael St. John.
There's a good shot of the Colonel, Robert Fuller. And now Skipper has that reverse chin lock and has Tracy Smothers down on the mat. Now, he could be choking him here. Now, Fuller over there, it looks like Fuller maybe, I don't know, maybe he's trying to inflict some influence on Elix Skipper at this point.
And I've noticed that Elix Skipper was using the ropes, and there he goes again, using the ropes once again.
That's typical Robert Fuller there. Could we be seeing Elix Skipper as a member of Robert Fuller's little organization with him, Jimmy Golden, and the crew?
Time will tell. He is telling them, evidently, he is behind Elix Skipper right now.
He is definitely in the corner, if you would, of Elix Skipper. And when I say in the corner, I say that facetiously because Robert Fuller, as you well know, is all around the ring. He's never in a corner.
Well, I'll tell you something. You know, prime time Skipper, he is a great athlete. He has a name that sometimes is very hard to come up with, but the man is an impressive athlete. Look at he takes time in the gym. Wait a minute, he rolls the man up.
Skipper arguing with referee Mike Posey. A 2 count as Tracy Smothers went for the roll-up. There's the spinning kick to the back of the head. Smothers reeling in the ring. 1, 2, and did he get him? No, 2 count again.
Only a 2 count, and he's right back to the chin lock.
Skipper coming oh so close, but he can't close out this opponent. Elix Skipper, a young man on the rise with a lot of potential, and he has certainly showed his prowess today on Wrestle Birmingham. NWA action coming your way. We hope you're enjoying this. We appreciate all your emails and phone calls and faxes and notes and people here that have seen Wrestle Birmingham and want to witness this in person, as this organization is really bringing the best of talent to wrestle in the ring here in the South.
You know, make sure all the wrestling fans go to www.wrestlebirmingham.com. It will tell you about all the happenings of Wrestle Birmingham and the stars of the National Wrestling Alliance.
Here's Skipper, and now Smothers mounting a comeback off the ropes. Look at that.
A DDT on primetime Skipper.
Tracy Smothers with a second or perhaps third win off the ropes. Gonna drop that elbow across the chest. Rolls out of it. He's going to the floor off of Robert Fuller. There's no love lost, obviously, between Smothers and Fuller. As Fuller double-crossed Smothers, I remember years ago in Memphis, Tennessee, and we could be seeing, and now from behind, Elix Skipper just pounded a running forearm at Tracy Smothers. Smothers is down, head to the apron. Skipper, look at this. Oh, that had to be low. That had to be low.
That was a savant kick on Tracy Smothers.
Rolls him in the ring. Smothers trying to mount a comeback. The fans obviously behind him. Robert Fuller is causing trouble already at ringside. Elix Skipper, right hand. Reversal. Smothers with that short clothesline. Nailed him again. Skipper caught. Front facial. Down it goes with that front face suplex. The referee being distracted. Mike Posey now in the reaches and clutches of Robert Fuller. Smothers has him covered. Got a 2 count, and that's it. He had him down for 10 counts at least.
He did. There was a 10 count, but Robert Fuller doing what he always does, interfering and keeping someone from winning a match.
Skipper for the super kick again. Smothers catches him. A side splash down. He's got him hooked again, and again Robert Fuller has tied up referee Mike Posey. Fuller doing, like you say, what he does best, or worst as the case may be.
Robert Fuller, he calls his... Oh, did you see that? A running...
My gosh! Smothers has him down again. Fuller's in the ring this time.
Robert Fuller is winning the ring. He's going to ring the bell.
This is going to be outside interference and a disqualification. Robert Fuller is disqualified, or actually had Elix Skipper disqualified for outside
and the winner
interference.
of the match,
he's raising the hand of Tracy Smothers.
via disqualification, Tracy Smothers.
Smothers, he hasn't forgotten old wounds inflicted by Robert Fuller. Mockery there. He's got Fuller's hat. And he goes falls to the floor. Skipper coming after him. What wild action to start out today on Wrestle Birmingham.
This has been a spectacular match. Elix Skipper and Robert Fuller coming out.
Let's go to ringside with Mike St. John, where Robert Fuller is pulling some of his usual antics with the newest member of his stable, Elix Skipper.
Is there a connection between you and Mr. Elix Skipper?
Let me tell you something about a connection. There's more than a connection. This man right here, he's the new age of wrestling. He is the greatest wrestler to ever be in Wrestling Incorporated in Birmingham. Never won before like him. Never will be one like him. I'm going to show you that. Tracy Smothers, anytime you want some of him, get out here and get him. Don't come fighting me. I'm nothing but a manager this evening. The manager of the greatest star of all time. Am I right, Elix Skipper?
You tell him, Tracy Smothers, all you need to know is one thing, and ain't a damn thing changed. This is still my house. I will not have it, not in my own house. I can beat you on my worst day. My worst day. I challenge you to come back out here.
Mr. Fuller, I mean, obviously you've already had an impact on this man here at Wrestle Birmingham.
You know what? You've seen me and Jimmy Golden come out here. We are the top contenders for the Alabama tag titles. We are going to take care of the Armstrongs. We're going to take care of Wrestling Birmingham. We are going to the top of this place. This man right here, he's the first new member of the stud stable, and I'm so proud to have him. Tracy Smothers, anytime you want to put your hands on me, you are going to deal straight up with Elix Skipper, and it ain't going to be no fun, baby.
Did I hear you say stud stable?
The stud stable.
I remember.
Some of the greatest wrestlers of all time. You name them, they've been there if they're winners. This man right here, he's the new age. He's the upcoming star. You watch for him. I'm going to take him to the top.
And remember, the stud stable's biggest competition and biggest thorn in the side, Mr. Fuller, were the Armstrongs.
I'll tell you what, Armstrongs, big time. Tracy Smothers, you're on the list with all them Armstrongs. You know how I feel about them. You know, and you're going to feel it, buddy.
You guys say Armstrongs like we supposed to be scared of them. What arm is the strongest? That's what I want to know, because we'll take all of them out.
There you heard it. The rejuvenation of the stud stable right here on Wrestle Birmingham. We'll be back.
Coming up after the break, lots more action with Adrian Street, Ian Flex, Loverboy Lee Thomas, McNasty, and a whole lot more. So don't you dare touch that dial. Hang in there with us. We'll be right back.
Wrestle Birmingham returns to the Zamora Shrine Temple on Friday, June 10th. You don't want to miss Road Warrior Animal, Dr. Tom Pritchard, Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden, Bullet Bob Armstrong, Superkick Scott Armstrong, Brad Armstrong, the exotic Adrian Street with Miss Linda, the awesome Ian Flex, Action Mike Jackson, Ricky Morton, and a surprise new tag team. Plus, much, much more. Friday, June 10th, Wrestle Birmingham returns to the Zamora Shrine Temple. For tickets, call 205-970-0333 or go to www.wrestlebirmingham.com. Don't miss it!
If you'll remember, on April the 8th, the match between exotic Adrian Street and Ian Flex ended in some controversy. Let's review what Adrian had to say about that.
Wait a minute, Adrian Street has something to say.
I want to know what you're doing with this. This is a European belt and you're Canadian. We all know what Canadians are, don't we? I'll tell you what they are. They're all American wannabes. Nothing but American wannabes. I retired this belt. This belt belonged to me when I wrestled in Europe, and I retired it when I left the European area. What are you doing with it? I challenge you right here and now to a match, a European match or American rules, any way you want, for that belt. I retired that belt. What are you doing with it?
We don't know how Ian Flex ended up with the European Championship belt. We do know that it used to belong to exotic Adrian Street, and he wants it back. A challenge was made and accepted. We'll see what happens on June the 10th at the Zamora Shrine Temple. Don't go away.
Berry Productions, your source for technical management, staging, and sound and light systems. We'll deliver, set up, and make the magic happen, whether we're using our equipment or yours. We have a top-notch arsenal of sound and light systems that will make your next event sizzle and shine. And our highly professional staging services will have you up and running in no time and looking better than ever. With prices designed for your bottom line, you can't beat Berry Productions. 205-987-3211.
Let's take a look at the confrontation between Mike Jackson and Jimmy Powell at ringside with Mike St. John.
I don't get this. First of all, it was made in Birmingham, Alabama, and I am from Alabama, and I'm proud of Alabama, brother. Let me tell you that. And there's a little thing that we call out here. It's called manners, and evidently you don't have a lot of it.
Listen, Mike, you don't understand. I just want to motivate you, buddy. I just want to help you out a little bit. You know, just give you a little encouragement and help you out. Kind of like the folks need a little, just everybody needs a little encouragement every now and then.
Well, let me tell you something. The thing that motivates me is these 2,000 people sitting around ringside. That's my motivation. This right here is my motivation. And for my age to sit up and crawl in a square circle with some of the greatest things in the world, that's all the motivation I need. I don't need you at all. Well, I wasn't going to bring it up, man, but since you mentioned your age, I will help you out. I'll get you going, Mike. Don't worry. I'll take care of you. Jimmy Powell interrupting the interview here at ringside. Any closing comments, Mike? Well, Mike, it's a very simple thing. There's always guys who can do things, and there's always guys who talk about doing things. I'm fixing to go in this ring and wrestle. He looks like he's going back to get a donut or something, so that's the reason. Mike Jackson, the Alabama. Back here in the sorry we were interrupted. We'll be back with more action on Wrestle Birmingham.
Absco fireplace and patio. For comfort and style, it's the place to go.
Don't miss Absco's Memorial Day sale this week with our lowest prices ever on all clearance and discontinued items. Hundreds of one-of-a-kind bargains for your home. Come see our commercial quality grills, the Big Green Egg and Fire Magic, and 12 months same as cash.
Absco fireplace and patio. For comfort and style, Absco.
ABC 3340 and Chick-fil-A are teaming up to help the Big Oak Ranch. Hi, I'm Mike Rada.
And I'm John Kroll. Go to any Birmingham location of Chick-fil-A, and for $1, you can get your own Big Oak Ranch golf ball.
And for every donation that you make, Chick-fil-A and the Bruno's Memorial Classic will match it.
Join our friends to help make the difference in the life of a child.
I wish the real golf balls were this big.
There was amazing. Just remember, for $1, you can have your own ball. Chip in and help the children of Big Oak Ranch.
Brought to you by Chick-fil-A, Big Oak Ranch, and Bruno's Memorial Classic.
Welcome to the Sports Exchange, your bargain store for quality, used but not abused sporting goods. At the Sports Exchange, you'll find everything from treadmills to fishing tackle, water toys to weightlifting equipment, roller blades to racing collectibles. And if it's golf you want, you found it! A wall of irons, hundreds of drivers and fairway woods, and the largest selection of one-putt putters around. So join me and my friends at the Sports Exchange. Used but not abused bargains, Highway 31, Pelham.
James Spann, only on ABC 3340.
Wrestle Birmingham returns to the Zamora Shrine Temple on Friday, June 10th. You don't want to miss Road Warrior Animal, Dr. Tom Pritchard, Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden, Bullet Bob Armstrong, Superkick Scott Armstrong, Brad Armstrong, the exotic Adrian Street with Miss Linda, the awesome Ian Flex, Action Mike Jackson, Ricky Morton, and a surprise new tag team. Plus, much, much more. Friday, June 10th, Wrestle Birmingham returns to the Zamora Shrine Temple. For tickets, call 205-970-0333 or go to www.wrestlebirmingham.com. Don't miss it!
This match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 260 pounds, McNasty.
Lee Thomas. If you'll remember, a few weeks ago, these two men got into McNasty, told him, hey, I can beat you within 5 minutes. Well, he didn't beat Lee Thomas within 5 minutes. Well, all at once, he starts choking the man down. This is indeed going to be a feud between McNasty and Loverboy Lee Thomas.
Loverboy Lee Thomas has picked up quite a following here in the Metro Birmingham area, and I'm sure you will be seeing him in communities all around here as NWA Wrestle Birmingham continues to make an impact on professional wrestling, not only here in the Deep South, but throughout the nation as well. Reading some of the comments and some of the board postings on the internet, it is obvious that Wrestle Birmingham, even tapes are being shared between fans as they are watching this. And look at Loverboy Lee Thomas goes right to work on McNasty, taking up where he left off against this man a few weeks ago.
Well, there you can see he's choking McNasty, and I want to tell you something. McNasty has that coming, because last time he almost choked Lee Thomas down.
McNasty now with the reversal, sends Thomas into the ropes, picking up, spinning, head scissors. Down goes McNasty. That'll make him dizzy. And right away, Lee Thomas goes right back to that choke down. And again, I think like you were saying, Brett, Lee Thomas wanting to get right back at McNasty. Hey, we're joined by a good friend of ours and a gentleman I have admired career-wise for many, many years in professional wrestling at ringside. He has been with us since the start of the program, Brickhouse Brown. He's asked not to talk on microphone. He's just observing the competition here in Wrestle Birmingham as he is one of the new assignees to this organization.
Well, I'm sure he's wanting to see the stars of the National Wrestling Alliance. He's filling them out. He wants to see who he may be facing on Friday, June 10th, and you can't blame the man to sit out here real close and personal and watch the wrestling matches.
And, of course, a lot of ties of that young man to the Auburn Tigers and Coach Tommy Tuberville and that outstanding football team, the undefeated, uncrowned national champions from last year, and, of course, Brickhouse Brown, an alumni of that tremendous institution, quite an athlete while he was there. And down goes Lee Thomas. McNasty with a not much of a cover. I mean, it was sort of an arrogant cover.
Yeah, you're not going to beat Lee Thomas that way. Lee Thomas he's held many championships throughout his career. You're not going to beat Lee Thomas that way.
McNasty right away going off after that left leg and is now with a couple of kicks to that upper part of the leg, and he wraps that knee, he sits down on it and wraps that knee up, grabbing that ankle. And look at Lee Thomas. Now that's the way you break that hole. Lee Thomas using the other leg, the free leg, to kick at the back and the nape of the neck of McNasty to try and get him to break this hole.
You know, Lee Thomas, he has been wrestling professionally for over 15 years. This man knows wrestling. He has wrestled them all. I've seen him have matches with superstar Bill Dundee, the Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony. This man has wrestled many, many wrestlers throughout his career. He is a very accomplished wrestler, and McNasty is going to find that out very soon.
You know, I want to mention, too, at this point, Brett, the fact that professional wrestling returns to the Zamora Shrine Temple on June the 10th. That is a Friday night. And, of course, it's a real summer spectacular. I have heard through the grapevine some of the names that are going to be there, and this organization absolutely surprises and amazes me of all the great talent they're bringing into the Magic City.
Well, one of the big announcements is the Alabama Heavyweight Championship will be on the line, and we'll see Dr. Tom Pritchard defend that title against Road Warrior Animal. That is going to be spectacular.
Well, Road Warrior Animal, of course, we know from his international fame what he has done. Lee Thomas just pounding away at McNasty into that top turnbuckle. And McNasty, look at this. McNasty did half the damage himself. Down he goes. Covered by Thomas. This should be it. 1, 2. Nope, he got out of it. And then you mentioned a name that is a legend. And I say that in all sincerity. And a legend in the South, and especially in the state of Alabama, Dr. Tom Pritchard, returning to the Magic City in Wrestle Birmingham.
It will be a spectacular night on Friday, June 10th at the Zamora Shrine Temple, an all-star wrestling card featuring the stars of the National Wrestling Alliance.
There's McNasty getting nasty and going down low. Chop block as he takes that leg out, as he took just a clothesline block, if you would, and took the leg out from under Lee Thomas. Wraps it up and putting the pressure on that knee, and the strain on the ligaments of the knee, and now McNasty using the ropes for leverage as well.
Well, you know, McNasty, he's showing that he does have the basic wrestling knowledge. He's went back to the knee. He stayed with the knee. That shows a little bit of knowledge on his part. Maybe he's got a little bit more sense than we give him credit for.
And again, going to that ropes behind the referee's back, extending the pressure and extending the torque on that knee. And there he is. He's again got that rope. And the referee caught him that time. The referee caught him, he'll break the hole.
You know, it doesn't matter how big you are. If you take the legs out, you're taking the body out. And this is what he's trying to do. Well, you know, that's a basic mistake. He rolls up.
Roll up. Does he have him? 1, 2. Got a 2 count, and that's all. Well, again, McNasty and Loverboy Lee Thomas fighting tooth and nail in this ring. Boy, when these two get together, they just let it all out, Brett. It is amazing some of the hard hitting that's going on right now in that ring. 2 count again, this time on Lee Thomas after McNasty went for the cover. And let me mention something, too. The other thing that has impressed me about Wrestle Birmingham and our opportunity to watch is the great fan reaction to these outstanding athletes.
They are spectacular. He rolls them up. 1, 2. He got it. He got him.
He got him.
He beat McNasty.
And the winner of the
right here on Wrestle Birmingham. There you see the winner. Loverboy Lee Thomas right here on Wrestle Birmingham. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, let's go to Michael St. John, and he's going to be at ringside with Loverboy Lee Thomas. We're going to see now Loverboy Lee Thomas, if we can get him over here. If we get him over here to do an interview, we're going to do an interview with Loverboy Lee Thomas as he won his match right here on Wrestle Birmingham. Now let's go to Michael St. John, and let's hear the interview with Loverboy Lee Thomas.
Loverboy Lee Thomas joining us at ringside today on Wrestle Birmingham. And the Loverboy victorious in a big grudge match with McNasty in the ring.
It's time to be back in Birmingham.
I recognize that
You're not going to get on your knees?
attack Lee Thomas. I mean, they are pounding Lee Thomas.
Beautiful Bobby Eaton, Randy Rhodes. Dennis Condrey has the referee tied up. What's he doing? Looks like he's getting his belt. Dennis Condrey, I've seen this before. Dennis Condrey, the master of the belt. They're holding down Lee Thomas, and Condrey is whipping Lee Thomas in the middle of the ring.
I'll tell you what, this is Midnight Express. I mean, they have done this several times to several people. They are whipping Lee Thomas. They're putting whelps on Lee Thomas's back.
This is so classic Midnight Express. I knew they were here, but they have made their presence known going after Lee Thomas. Dennis Condrey was not happy at all that Lee Thomas was using the moniker Loverboy.
No, he was not. I'm going to tell you, they whipped him good. Lee Thomas got whipped by the belt by Dennis Condrey. Wait a minute, here comes Scott Armstrong.
Scott Armstrong now trying to help out Lee Thomas in the ring, but the Midnight Express doing the damage that they do so well. Shades of the Midnight Express. Some things change, other things never do. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more action on Wrestle Birmingham.
Wrestle Birmingham returns to the Zamora Shrine Temple on Friday, June 10th. You don't want to miss Road Warrior Animal, Dr. Tom Pritchard, Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden, Bullet Bob Armstrong, Superkick Scott Armstrong, Brad Armstrong, the exotic Adrian Street with Miss Linda, the awesome Ian Flex, Action Mike Jackson, Ricky Morton, and a surprise new tag team. Plus, much, much more. Friday, June 10th, Wrestle Birmingham returns to the Zamora Shrine Temple. For tickets, call 205-970-0333 or go to www.wrestlebirmingham.com. Don't miss it!
If your school or organization would like to sponsor NWA Championship Wrestling, contact us at 205-970-0333 or go to our website, www.wrestlebirmingham.com.
This match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 238 pounds, 1/3 of the Midnight Express, ravishing Randy Rhodes. His opponent from Birmingham, Alabama, weighing 210 pounds, Mike Jackson.
The Alabama junior heavyweight champion, Mike Jackson, Birmingham's own, making his way to the ring. He will take on Randy Rhodes of the Midnight Express. Nice little greeting for our good friend Brickhouse Brown at ringside. Is in the ring. Mike Jackson will take on Randy Rhodes. These are two veteran wrestlers in that ring, and of course,
well, wait a minute.
Jimmy Powell is returned to the ring here. What is this? Jimmy Powell is talking to Randy Rhodes, and we got a masked man coming into the ring. What is Powell doing? Jimmy Powell, a motivational speaker, has been around the world of professional wrestling for many years, out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Started out as a referee, as an official, turned into a manager, and now what's going on? They want to talk here.
Hey, Randy, I'll tell you what, man, I'm just here to motivate folks. So I know a little cash will motivate you, won't it? Well, why don't you just go back and prop your feet up? I'll take care of you a little bit, okay, brother? I know you and Dennis, you guys have got a big match coming up. There you go. I tell you, Mikey, I'm just trying to help you. You see how I motivated Randy? He's just excited as he can be. He goes back in the dressing room. Tell you what, if you want to make a name for yourself, beat this guy. Beat this guy. Hey, right here in Birmingham. You beat him, and then we'll see what you got.
Well, we have a masked wrestler in the ring, Brett, that Jimmy Powell has brought with him. Let's find out who it is. And in the meantime, it's Mike Jackson against the masked man.
Well, if we can get Jimmy Powell over here, we'll find out exactly what this man's name is. Well, it looks like Jimmy
Jimmy's
Powell
going back to the locker room. I guess he's going to go pay off Randy Rose. Randy Rose scheduled to be in this match.
I see on his. Did I not see something on his tights?
Yeah, I think you're right. It says Dragon. It says Dragon in red on his leg tight there. Well, I guess we'll call him the Dragon.
I guess so. He's all over Mike Jackson.
Well, he's certainly right. It looks like Jimmy Powell was sufficient in teaching the man to run his mouth, and now Mike Jackson goes right after him. Headlock taken. Jackson sent to the ropes. Catches the Dragon with the shoulder. Got him again. Goes for the pin. This could be quick work. 1, 2, count of 2. Mike Jackson kicked out or rather the Dragon kicked out. Jackson now caught by the Dragon. Look at that. Spinning head scissors. Jackson got him with the clothesline, and the Dragon quickly drags himself out to the floor. Mike Jackson, look at this, flying through the middle strand of ropes, and the Dragon didn't see it coming, and his head slams into the retaining fence surrounding ringside here at the Zamora Shrine Temple.
The Dragon, I really didn't get to see that, but I think he hit hard.
And now the Dragon, worse for wear. It looks like maybe Jimmy Powell's motivational tactics may be working for Mike Jackson here. Here's the Dragon back into the ropes. Cross. Jackson leaps over, catches him coming forward. Side headlock into the ropes again. Jackson off the ropes. Catches him up underneath. Boy, that could have been disastrous. Jackson snapmare on the Dragon. One across the top of the head. Well, I can't tell you that the Dragon is very impressive right here. Now, if the Dragon is a product or a protege of Jimmy Powell's motivational speaking, maybe we need to think about this again. You know, we were talking about Jimmy Powell, and not to take anything away from this match, Brett, but Jimmy Powell, I know for a fact, has been a successful motivational speaker. He was at a convention for broadcasters that I attended, and quite frankly, quite good.
Well, you know, Jimmy Powell, he was an accomplished wrestler for many, many years. I mean, he has held championships throughout the country. He has been, for the last 10 years, been a motivational speaker. So I guess he decided to come to Birmingham, Alabama, evidently motivate Mike Jackson.
And if my memory serves me correct, he was one of the original Dirty White Boys.
Yes, he was. He teamed with Tony Anthony way before Lynn Denton of the Dirty White Boys.
And right now, the Dragon has Mike Jackson in that wrist lock. Mike coming back to his feet, wraps the arm, side headlock. Jackson again into the ropes and catches the Dragon with the shoulder. Jackson again, up, over, arm drag, got him down. And Jackson showing his prowess. You know, when I had the opportunity to talk to him earlier, I was not kidding. This man, and I've known Mike Jackson for many years, and I'm not going to give away his age because I don't want to give away mine, but I'll tell you this much. He hasn't lost a step in the ring.
No, he has not. He is a great champion. I think that he's been the Alabama junior champion for many years, and there's a reason for that. There's not too many people that can beat Mike Jackson.
Well, I wasn't being facetious when I referred to him as a young man because his actions in the ring are so indicative of a young man.
Yes, he is. Mike Jackson, I think that the Dragon tried to pull some hair. He's not going to find any hair on Mike Jackson's head.
That's a benefit that comes when you're a veteran. Oh, the Dragon caught there. Remind our fans throughout Alabama that on June the 10th, a tremendous professional wrestling card has already been signed, and I'm sure additional matches will be added for the Zamora Shrine Temple in Birmingham, Alabama. It'll also be a TV taping, and we invite you to come out and enjoy the matches.
Well, one of the legendary tag teams, one half of the member is Nightmare Ken Wayne. He will be there at the Zamora Shrine Temple on June 10th. He will return to take on one half of the Rock and Roll Express. Well, what is left of the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton.
Well, of course, the Rock and Roll Express at one time, Robert Gibson, Ricky Morton, and of course the Nightmares, Ken Wayne and Danny Davis, made names for themselves throughout not only the South, but throughout this country, and they can still go at it in the ring. Look at the high wire act by Mike Jackson, walking the top ropes all the way around, and now just takes that elbow and almost took half the arm off.
There's no doubt to do something like that, you've got to be in shape. There's not too many men that walk the top rope.
And again now, Mike Jackson bars that arm. A little arm twist and arm drag there. Mike has the Dragon at odds right now, and the Dragon not exactly breathing fire in this match. I think Jimmy Powell was trying to get to Mike Jackson, but I think he may have gotten to him in a way perhaps that he didn't want to get to him.
Well, you know, you're not going to take the game out of Mike Jackson. Mike Jackson has been wrestling for many years. You're not going to take him. You're not going to come out here and say a few words to Mike Jackson, and it's going into this, throw his game off. You're not going to do that to Mike Jackson. He has been wrestling for many years, and he has held that Alabama Junior Championship longer than any man has ever held it. So you're not going to beat Mike Jackson by talking. You're going to meet Mike Jackson by beating him in the ring.
And if I am not incorrect here, if I am not mistaken, in Mike Jackson's early career, he beat a man that held the Alabama Junior Heavyweight Champion for a long, long time and became a distinguished state legislator, Tom Drake from Coleman, Alabama.
I believe he has. And Mike Jackson, he's wrestled them all. He's had matches with Les Thornton, which was the NWA World Junior Champion. Mike Jackson has wrestled them all.
Wrestled Danny Hodge, I remember, at one time here in Birmingham. And look at Mike. He's still going to town. And for every hole, Mike Jackson, very much like the old Mr. Wrestling, too, Johnny Walker, for every hole, Mike Jackson seems to have a counter.
Yes, he does. You know, Mike Jackson, he is a spectacular athlete. And the thing about it, he's right here in Birmingham, Alabama. He is a hometown boy. The people in Birmingham, they stand behind Mike Jackson. I mean, he's been here for many years. So why not? Why not stand behind a man? There he whips him in.
Ooh, knee buster across the face of Mike Jackson. Caught him with that neck breaker coming through, a flying neck breaker as Mike came past. Mike Jackson also, Brett, respects the tradition of wrestling and professional wrestling here in Birmingham, dating back to the days at the Boutwell Auditorium.
The days of Nick Goulas, Roy Welch, they brought wrestling here for many years at the Boutwell Auditorium. Now we're starting a new tradition here at the Zamora Shrine Temple with Wrestle Birmingham and the National Wrestling Alliance.
You just made me feel like a bridge because I worked those days. And of course, a colleague of mine that I followed, Sterling Brewer, who a longtime commentator here in the Birmingham area, had a very successful advertising man as well, and having the opportunity to work in those days as a youngster and now working as a veteran here with Wrestle Birmingham is truly, truly an honor. And right now, Mike Jackson is caught in that front chancery, and the Dragon just snapping him over each and every time. Now Mike Jackson trying to escape. Positions himself on the top turnbuckle, and the Dragon goes to work on the Alabama Junior Heavyweight Champion.
This is not a good place for Mike Jackson. I mean, he could fall off the back of that. I think it looks like he's going for a superplex.
He is. That's indeed what the Dragon is setting up. And we know, I wish we could talk more about the career of the Dragon. We know nothing about this man other than the fact that Jimmy Powell, the motivational speaker, brought him through the door today. And now, Mike Jackson, a victim of that superplex. Dragon with the cover, 1, 2, 2.5, and he almost got him.
I mean, Mike Jackson kicking out of that. I mean, that was an impressive move. A superplex made famous by the Super Destroyer many years ago.
And Mike Jackson now, fireman's carry, going into an airplane spin. Brings him down, half spin, and down on the shoulder goes Mike Jackson. He may have been hurt on that move. 1, 2. Dragon got a 2 count on Jackson. Jackson rolls out from underneath.
We're sitting next to Brickhouse Brown. Brickhouse Brown watching the matches. Going to be here on Friday, June 10th. You know, this tells a lot about a man. He's come to ringside. Not many wrestlers will stay out here and watch the matches throughout the night. He is watching. He is seeing who is wrestling here. That is a great move on Brickhouse Brown fight.
Well, not only that, there's Mike Jackson catching the Dragon coming off that top rope. Goes in behind him, spins him around, neck breaker. Mike Jackson with things going his way. There go the straps down. Jackson pounding away at the Dragon. And down goes the man cloaked in silver and red. Jackson, reversal into the turnbuckle. Mike is out. Kick to the midsection, comes out. 1, 2, 3.
There you see the winner of the match. Action, Mike Jackson.
And the winner.
Wins his match right here in Birmingham.
The winner of the match, Mike Jackson.
Into the ring now.
Hey!
Jimmy Powell saying, look what I did for you, Mike.
Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Motivation, or whatever your name is or whoever you are. Jimmy Powell, I believe they said. Why don't you motivate yourself right back there and get you a pair of wrestling tights on and come back out here and me and you go at it.
Now, Mike, wait a minute. Calm down. You know you could have never won that match without me to motivate you.
I'm going to show you what real class is all about. You've been down to Kmart and you got you a nice little suit to wear out here tonight. And you think you're somebody. But I'm going to show you what class is all about. Like everybody from Birmingham, we got class. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand this microphone back to the man, and I'm going to walk out of here before I say something to you that I really shouldn't say.
Well, Mike Jackson showing the better part of valor. Look at, wait a minute. Jimmy Powell has gone right after Mike Jackson. Picks him up, and what a suplex. Shades of the dirty white boy there. Jimmy Powell now removing his tie. He's got it around the neck of Mike Jackson. He's choking Mike Jackson with his necktie.
He is choking Mike Jackson down. This Jimmy Powell,
He's lost it.
He has lost it. But
I am shocked. Jimmy Powell, shades of the dirty white boy. He had retired from wrestling, become a motivational speaker. Look at him. He is a madman. Jimmy Powell reverting to the days of the dirty white boy. He is incensed. It's like he's maniacal.
this man is crazy. There's no other words to say, but Jimmy Powell is crazy.
This is unbelievable. What a way to conclude this week's Wrestle Birmingham. I'm speechless.
I am too. I cannot believe. Here we go with Jimmy Powell comes out, tells everyone, hey, I'm a motivational speaker. And, I mean, what is this all about?
Mike Jackson in the ring, the worst for wear. Look at the shock on the faces of the fans at ringside. Mike Jackson holding that necktie in the ring as Jimmy Powell, the dirty white boy, did the damage. My oh.
You know, I watched that match. I watched it live. I've seen the rerun several times, and every time I see that match, it makes me mad. They're cheating on my buddy, Action Mike Jackson. And I'm telling you what, it makes me hopping mad. And next time that happens, I'm going to jump in there and help him out. Hey, guys, those guys don't actually watch this show, do they?
No.
All right, then. Let's carry on with the show. We saw some of the match tonight. We know you came in at the end of it. What have you got to say for yourself?
What have I got to say for myself? Well, all I did was come down to that ringside to try to motivate Mike Jackson. I proved that I could motivate him. I tell you, Mike, you're talking about that tie and all the things you're going to do with that tie. Well, Daddy-O, let me tell you something. I'm not worried about anything you've got. I don't need anything you got. Matter of fact, I don't need that tie even. I don't need this jacket even. Hey, friend, let me just tell you something. I've made enough money the last 10 years motivating people around the country that I really don't need anything anybody else has got. But I'll tell you one thing, that's for sure, Daddy-O, that if he just can understand for just a minute, there's one thing that I still need I hadn't had in a long time. You might understand. You may not understand. But when I went out there and hit Mike Jackson that first time, and when I took my foot and I put it upside his head, man, that felt better than anything's felt in years. And Daddy-O, I don't need a tie. I don't need a suit. But what I need is to beat somebody else. And right here in Birmingham, June the 10th, tomorrow, I'm coming and I'm going to beat you up. You can count on that. We're going to be dirty white all night long, Daddy-O.
Mike Jackson, if you'll come over here for just a second.
Shoulder,
oh, my goodness.
Oh, my gosh, his shoulder's out of...
that guy did it. That other guy. Who is that clown?
I don't...
Shoulder, brother.
Yeah, look at this. His shoulder is out of place. Mike Jackson's shoulder is out of place out of the result of that match.
You see that, Brickhouse? I know you've been there before. But you know what? I don't know what this guy's all about. I don't have any idea what this clown's out here about. But I'm going to tell you what. You get him to sign one of those contracts. If he wants to really wrestle, get his tail up here, and let's see how much of a man he really is.
Mike Jackson with his comments
Mike,
on the table.
I thought Jimmy Powell was just coming here to motivate. He's done more than motivate. We're going to be back here on Friday, June the 10th.
I'll get back there with Willie Welch, and we'll make a match between you and Jimmy Powell on Friday, June 10th.
Great. Get that shoulder taken care of. My goodness.
Well, it's been a spectacular hour right here on Wrestle Birmingham. Let me bring in right now somebody that will be with us next week right here on Wrestle Birmingham. Tracy Brooks, we're looking forward to seeing you next week right here.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. I'm really excited. Next week, ODB and myself right in that ring, and you're going to see some great one-on-one women action.
Well, that's our show for this evening. We hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to tune in every Friday night at 12:05 here on 3340. And don't forget our next big show is June the 10th at the Zamora Shrine Temple. To keep abreast of the latest and who's going to be on the card, go to our website at www.wrestlebirmingham.com. Till we see you again, this is Larry Lloyd for Wrestle Birmingham.
Because I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. The ropes won't save you when I start my attack. If you try to escape, I'll just pull you back. I'll spin you like a top, and when you've had enough, I'll turn up the heat and really start to get rough. Because I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome, you can't defeat me. I'll throw you and kick you and make you feel sick. I'll set you on fire like a candle wick. The ref will yell and the fans will complain, but that won't save you from feeling the pain. I'm a big-time wrestler and I like what I do. I destroy my opponent just to entertain you. I win or I lose by the count of 3. But whatever the outcome,